Caiden Cowger. Somebody had to say it.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, hello and welcome to the Caiden Cowger program, broadcasting from West Virginia. It is great to have you with us. So, what a week, huh? I mean, my goodness, the end of this week is looking better and better. I just got to say, we have our great new affiliate that we just joined, WDUQ 99.1 FM in Benwood, Wheeling, West Virginia. And it's really great to be on that station. I want to give them another shout out. But we've had just a lot of stuff going on. I'm ready for this week to be up. I have to say, I honestly am ready for this week to be up. I mean, the WDUQ edition was pretty much the only positive thing that has been going on this week so far. And there's been a lot of stuff that I've been having to deal with personally here. Just to give you a mild example, the show is produced on a laptop that I have. It's an HP. And all of a sudden, the key started sticking on it. The Y, and it didn't start sticking. It's just like when I hit the Y key or I hit the T key, it would type out like when I hit T, it would type T5. Or if I had hit Y, it would type Y6. And then if I'd hit 6 or 5, it would do the same thing. And so that was really frustrating. So we have to get probably the keyboard replaced from what I've been understanding. So yeah, I'm pretty ticked about that. And then of course we have President Obama that's dragging his heels this entire week, which doesn't, make this week any better. He's been giving, commutes and pardons to various criminals and stuff like that. We'll be getting to that later on in the broadcast. And by the way, we haven't had a lot of good stuff going on for the past 8 years, for the past 6 years that I've been on radio. There really hasn't been a lot of positive stuff to talk about. But I do have one positive thing to share with you on this show. And I promise you we will get more positive within the next 4 years. Or 8 years. Probably 8 years. But the positive thing that I want to share with you is that we are less than 2 days away of President Obama getting out of the White House. It's great. Sha-na-na-na, sha-na-na-na, hey, 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 good night. Sha-na-na-na, sha-na-na-na, hey, 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 good night. So yeah, he's gone. He's going to be out here pretty soon. 12 o'clock on this Friday, January the 20th, 2017. It is so great. We are looking forward to it. And I tell you, I'm fed up with it. I'm fed up with this administration, with their ridiculous garbage. And just to share with you some other stuff that we're bringing up, we have Joe Manchin that is trying to get back in good graces with his constituents in West Virginia. And I'm from West Virginia, so I can call it West Virginia. But yeah, so you have Joe Manchin that's trying to make up with the people here. And I don't think that's going to go over too well. He'll find out election day. But we're going to be playing that audio bit here for you. He's acting like he was all in support of Trump all along, when it's very clear that he was pulling for Hillary Clinton, because when Hillary was in West Virginia campaigning, he was campaigning with her. So the little scumbag is trying to pull the wool over the eyes of West Virginians. Once again, we'll be getting to that. But first of all, I want to talk a little bit about this Chelsea Manning thing. There's outrageous stuff that we've got to bring up today. But you have Chelsea Manning, and she is, I guess, used to be a he, or used to be a he. You have the whole chromosome biology thing that they haven't been able to figure out yet. But according to what we have here from New York Times, there's also an article on The Hill about this. Chelsea Manning apparently has had the sentence reduced or completely, it's been completely commuted. On Tuesday, President Obama commuted the prison sentence of former Army soldier Chelsea Manning, according to the White House. Manning was convicted in 2013 of leaking classified information about the U.S. national security activities that were later disclosed by WikiLeaks. The 35-year sentence Manning received was the longest ever imposed for a leak conviction. It says here that Manning has already served 7 years of the sentence and will be released on May 17th of 2017. Originally, it was supposed to be released on the 2045 or in 2045. A senior administration official says that the president believes that Manning has expressed remorse and that the time spent served is sufficient punishment for the serious crime, quote unquote, she committed. Manning's grant came in a batch of 209 communications and 64 pardons, and it says that announced 4 days left in Obama's presidency. So the former Army private, who is transgender, has reportedly struggled with mental health issues. No kidding. She has tried to commit suicide twice and has spent time in confinement as punishment. The White House had telegraphed the possibility of clemency for Manning in the past few days. Blah, 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 blah. And you had the liberal LGBT movement that has really been fighting for Chelsea Manning, trying to get him removed. And the thing is, guys, is that, and this is the interesting thing. See, it wasn't, what, do they have his original name on here? I don't remember what, hang on, let me look that up, because this is something that is very important. So, you have Chelsea Manning is who she is now. That's what they're saying anyway. So, I'm trying to find out. Yeah, Bradley Edward Manning, the original name. Bradley Edward Manning. Now it is Chelsea Elizabeth Manning. Well, guys, I got to tell you, Chelsea didn't do anything wrong. Chelsea's completely free. She's completely fine. It wasn't Chelsea that did any of this. It was Bradley. Bradley is the one that is the deviant here, that released all of this private information. So that makes it all better. But no, it's about like Bruce Jenner saying, no, it was when Caitlyn Jenner, I guess who it is now, Caitlyn Jenner said, no. It wasn't, I don't want any of the stuff changed with my name on it. I don't want any of that changed. We're going to leave it the way that it is, because that was Bruce who won those medals, not Caitlyn. Well, I guess the same thing would apply in this case. It wasn't Chelsea Manning that committed these crimes. It was Bradley. So Bradley should be doing the time, not Chelsea. That makes sense. I don't know. It's just amazing to me to see how much this stuff has changed. I mean, because even when I was little, I mean, you go into a girl's bathroom and you're a guy, you're recognized as a pervert, a peeping Tom, right? Now you go into the girl's bathroom and you're a guy, you're recognized as a hero. And the thing that gets me about this entire situation is that you had the entire LGBT movement that was really getting behind this Chelsea Manning. But the thing is that the only reason why they were supporting him is because he was now all of a sudden identifying as transgender. Oh yeah, we've got to protect our own. Even though this person is definitely guilty of leaking all of this classified information that's private, that is treasonous, that was done so not for integrity reasons, but more so because, well, it wasn't good. This guy violated the Espionage Act, stealing government property, violation of the Computer Fraud and Abuse, multiple counts of disobeying orders. I mean, we can go on and on. But this guy is, but here's the thing that I want to point out. This guy is completely given clemency by the Obama regime. But Edward Snowden, nope. He's just completely forgotten about. He's gone now. But yeah. And I guess the reason why is because you have the LGBT community that was up in arms because one of their own was under attack here. So they didn't matter what he did. He identifies as transgender, so they're going to defend him. And because Obama is trying to suck up to the LGBT community, he gave this guy clemency. So, I mean, guys, it's absolutely absurd, ridiculous, but that's what we have going on here. I mean, it's pandering in the most obvious form. But anyway, want to share this with you too. Clemency for Manning has taken place. But as for Julian Assange, also, a lot of people are turning to him. We have an article here from the Washington Associated Press. President Obama's decision Tuesday to commute, not clemency, but commute, Chelsea Manning's sentence brought fresh attention to another figure involved in the Army leakers case, Julian Assange. On Twitter last week, Assange's anti-secrecy site, WikiLeaks, posted, if Obama grants Manning clemency, Assange will agree to U.S. extradition, despite clear unconstitutionality of DOJ case. Obama's move will test the promise. The president commuted Manning's 35-year sentence, freeing her in May, nearly 3 decades early. Manning has acknowledged leaking a trove of diplomatic cables and national security documents to WikiLeaks in 2010. In a statement, Assange called Manning a hero whose bravery should be applauded. Assange went on to demand that the U.S. government should immediately end its war on whistleblowers and publishers as WikiLeaks and myself. Now, guys, I got to tell you this. Here's the thing. Here's where I draw the line on the privacy thing. When you're releasing information that is putting America in jeopardy to an extent of where it's causing it's causing information that really protects the American people, okay? In other words, it's pertaining to national security. When you're leaking that type of sensitive information that could very well cause people to get killed like that, that is uncalled for. Now, when you're exposing stuff pertaining to integrity in government, like what WikiLeaks did with the Clinton case, like they have done with stuff like that, pertaining to that, that's fine. But this other stuff, I mean, you're leaking sensitive information that could, really cause severe national security risks. That's really not admirable. That is not a friend to the United States. Okay? But in this case, it's really complicated because the reason why Obama decided to grant or to commute Chelsea Manning is because he's pandering to the LGBT community. Okay, it's important to point that out. He hasn't granted clemency, or he hasn't commuted Julian Assange or Edward Snowden, but he did do it with Chelsea Manning, Bradley Manning. Okay, so I mean, it's just so absolutely absurd. It's outrageous, but that's what this president is doing. And on top of that, it's not just with this Manning guy. Okay, he's also been doing this. Multiple other cases with many criminals out there where he's been granting these pardons and all this other stuff. It's absolutely outrageous. And he's been doing all this stuff just weeks before he ends up leaving the office. It's getting to the point now where he's releasing criminals back into the streets. He's doing all of this stuff before he leaves. It's like his last embracement or last use of power. He wants to use it all the way up to the very end. And it's very concerning because he's releasing some very bad hombres out into the streets. We're talking about rapists. We're talking about drug dealers. We're talking about all of this stuff that he is releasing back out there to go and commit more crime. And he's all doing this within just a few days before he's kicked out of the White House. It's horrible, it's terrible, and he's making everybody feel even more so glad that he will be gone after Friday.
Fighting liberalism one lie at a time.
You're listening to Caiden Cowger on the WCNR News Network.
Caiden Cowger. Somebody had to say it.
Get clean with soapandbroom.com. Stay clean with soapandbroom.com. Made in the USA. Soapandbroom.com. Weekly flash sales. Safe for the environment. Soapandbroom.com. Soapandbroom.com.
It safely eliminates stress and anxiety. It makes commuting, driving your kids around, or driving a truck more fun. It makes gift shopping easier. It's Happy Driving Stress Reduction, a revolutionary patent-pending tool that works while you drive. Find Happy Driving Stress Reduction on iTunes, Amazon, or Google Play. Make life easier. Buy Happy Driving Stress Reduction today.
You always want to look your best, but you don't always have time to deal with a necktie that won't cooperate. That's where we come in. Introducing the Never Tie, the only necktie that you never have to tie. Each Never Tie comes with a tie and 2 removable knots that you simply slide on and adjust for your comfort, giving you the perfect look every time. Choose from over 20 stylish designs at thenevertie.com. Enter promo code RADIO1 for discount.
Get clean with soapandbroom.com. Stay clean with soapandbroom.com. Made in the USA. Soapandbroom.com. Weekly flash sales. Safe for the environment. Soapandbroom.com. Soapandbroom.com.
Hi, I'm George Foreman. Do you have an idea for a new product or invention? People ask me all the time, George, how do I get my idea in front of companies? How do I get a patent? What do I do next? Do you have the same questions? I'll tell you like I'll tell them all. Call my friends at InventHelp.
Call InventHelp today for free information. InventHelp can submit your invention to companies who are interested in receiving new ideas.
For your free inventor's information, call 1-800-441-7922. That's 1-800-441-7922.
Goldman Sachs and HSBC recently purchased 7.1 tons of physical gold. What do these bankers and mega money managers know that you don't? They're expecting the value of gold and silver to increase. That's why you need our friends at Capital Gold Group. Capital Gold Group offers gold and silver for direct delivery and will not be undersold. Call now. Call 1-800-932-4108. That is 1-800-932-4108. All right, guys, let me tell you about our friends at Capital Gold Group. Capital Gold Group is a company that deals with investing in precious metals such as gold and silver. They've been in business for over a decade and have an A+ rating with the Better Business Bureau. They've been featured on Fox News, Market Watch, Bloomberg, Wall Street Journal, CNBC, Reuters, Fox Business, Financial Times, and Forbes magazine. If you're interested, you can call at 1-800-932-4108. That is 1-800-932-4108. They also offer various ebooks on investing in gold, such as the Definitive Gold Guide. So once again, if you're interested, you can call 1-800-932-4108. That's 1-800-932-4108. All right, guys, let me tell you about our friends at the Debt Ninja. The Debt Ninja is a company that specializes in slashing debt. They deal with various debt problems such as tax debt, debt settlement, debt consolidation, student loan debt, credit repair services, and bankruptcy. That is 1-800-826-1132. Now, their company, the Debt Ninja, operates on a national level and have worked to fight the IRS for many of their clients. If you're interested, you can call at 1-800-826-1132. That is 1-800-826-1132. Once again, that is 1-800-826-1132. Due to a decline in the economy and major car companies filing for bankruptcy, American Auto Protection has announced an extended service plan that is now available to the general public. This plan reduces the cost of auto repair expenses. Maximum Car Care was created to assist qualifying car owners with lowering repair bills of cars under 130,000 miles and under 12 years old. Maximum Car Care works to limit the expense of auto repair bills, roadside assistance, rental coverage, and towing. Their number is 1-800-824-9762. That is 1-800-824-9762. Once again, that is 1-800-824-9762. Maximum Car Care is a proud sponsor of the Caiden Cowger program.
You're listening to the WCNR News Network.
Caiden Cowger.
Somebody had to say it.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Caiden Cowger program. Great to have you with us. Yeah, so there was an article about this Bradley Manning, Chelsea Manning thing that was on conservativereview.com. And on the site, they were talking about how Bradley Manning released 700,000 official American diplomatic and military documents. And many, and here's the thing, many of these things were believed to have gone to some of the world's most vicious terrorists, including Osama bin Laden, who was alive at the time. Okay? At Manning's trial, prosecutors included that evidence. That is, leaked information was used by terrorist organizations. The information leaked by Manning was found in bin Laden's compound in Pakistan following the U.S. raid on Al-Qaeda and on bin Laden in 2011. So, see, there you go. That's the thing that gets me. Like, they're giving him a free pass on this when his information contributed to terrorism. It was used by terrorists. So you see what I mean there by information being leaked and then being used against the United States negatively, where it's, causing the American people harm. But then when it comes to things like promoting integrity and honesty in government, then that stuff can be. There's a difference between the two, okay? Now, Julian Assange goes for both. But when information is being released that is putting the United States at risk, and they're putting this out there to negatively affect the United States, which is exactly what this Manning was trying to do, it makes him a traitor. Okay? So that's the thing. This information was used by terrorists. This information was released by Bradley Manning, and now Obama has pardoned him. And more than likely, he will do it again. He will do it again. There's a very good chance that it will occur a second time. So anyway, that's what Obama's done. And it's all because he's trying to suck up to the LGBT community. That's really what it is. Because they were the biggest advocates, the biggest supporters of this guy. As soon as it came out, the day after his trial, he comes out, and he was sentenced, he comes out and says that he's transgender. I guess that's a good way to be put in the women's jail. No, I'm kidding. But no, as soon as the trial ended, he said that, I feel like I'm a woman. I feel like I'm a woman. And they, yep, okay, well, we'll pay for all of your little transitions and all that stuff. And sure enough, there you go. So anyway, that's one of the benefits. So if you ever get in trouble and there's a Democratic president, just all of a sudden come out as the opposite sex, right to the president, tell him you want relieved, and he'll do that. So anyway, guys, moving on, we have Donald Trump that is going to be inaugurated on January the 20th. And he's going to be using two different types of Bibles. He's going to be using the Lincoln Bible, and the second one is really neat because I actually saw that one when he was at the Values Voters Summit. And it is his mother's Bible that she gave to him. So he's going to be sworn in on those two books, the Lincoln Bible, and then also on his mother's Bible or the family Bible. So that's really great. We have Mike Pence, who is going to be sworn in on the Reagan Bible. So we have that coming up too. And I think that Reagan was the last one to specifically use that one. So that's going to be nice for Mike Pence. So that's what we have going on there. And here's something that I wanted to get to. This is great. Actually, it's not. This guy decided to light himself on fire to protest Donald Trump. This is from Washington 4, NBC. One person was injured outside of Trump International Hotel on Pennsylvania Avenue Thursday night after a protester claimed that he tried to set himself on fire. He told News 4's Shamari Stone that it was an act of protest over the election of Donald Trump. We have the audio bit here for you. Go ahead and listen to this. Maybe we have... I don't know if they report... Did they do any reporting on this, or is it just of the fire?
I was trying to light myself on fire.
Why were you
as an act of protest? As an act of protest.
Protesting what?
Protesting the fact that we've elected somebody who is completely incapable of respecting the Constitution of the United States.
Oh, my gosh. So there you go. So this guy thought it would be a really bright idea to light himself on fire to protest Donald Trump. And ironically, it looked like, what was it, his pants that were on fire? Was pants on fire? I think his pants were on fire. So completely, I guess you could take liar, liar, pants on fire literally with it. I mean, guys, it's so it's so crazy. We are living in an insane nation. We have been for the past 8 years, and it's so great that now we're returning back to sanity. I mean, this stuff is just absolutely bonkers. You have liberals that are setting themselves on fire now. I guess that is, I guess they feel, it's my right to do so. I want to set myself on fire to protest Trump. That's where they are presently at now. The insanity is increasing. And guys, I have to tell you, who in their right mind would set themselves on fire to protest anything? I'm going to set myself on fire, my body on fire, to protest Donald Trump. That's where we're at. These little Nelly liberals are going out there, and now they're setting themselves on fire because he's not my president. I can't believe America did that. Okay, that's whatever you want to do. Guys, this is further proof that liberalism is a mental disorder. It's they're not thinking right. I mean, we've known this for a while, but it's just like this has really brought out the nuts, really brought out the freaks. Okay, and now they're going out there, lighting themselves on fire. This is being recognized by, of course, the mainstream news organizations as being a very, brave thing to do, very courageous thing to do. Oh, he took a match and lit his pants on fire. He is a saint. He is so brave. And it's, being held by the liberal left as being absolutely wonderful. Police said that they responded to a report of a person in distress. He's definitely in distress. DC Fire and Rescue confirmed one person was taken to a hospital with burn injuries. The man has not been identified, and there is no word on his condition, his mental or physical condition. So that's what we had coming out of Washington, D.C. And from what I understand, it was outside of the Trump Hotel. So it's the old post office there that apparently has been, the place of the scene. So anyway, guys, that's what we had taking place there. Moving on here, we have Senator Joe Manchin. I want to get to this. Do we have enough time? We don't have enough time to get to the Manchin story. I'll get to that in the next segment. But basically, just to summarize that for you, you have Joe Manchin that is now sucking up, trying to get back in good graces with his constituents in West Virginia, because he's going to lose this state. He's not going to win. I mean, the guy wholeheartedly was in support of Hillary Clinton, was campaigning with Hillary while she was here, while people in West Virginia chased her out. Literally, they chased her out. No one wanted her here. So her campaign had to leave, skedaddle out of town. It was great. It was down the southern part of the state. And actually, ironically, that's where people typically tend to vote Democrat, is down in the south. So, yeah. But, yep, they chased her out of Logan County, across the border, and Joe Manchin was there campaigning with her. So, that's what West Virginians will remember in 2018.
Some say he's the next Rush Limbaugh.
I tell you, this kid's got 90% of Rush's venom with only 10% of the biomass.
You're listening to Caiden Cowger on the WCNR News Network.
Caiden Cowger. Somebody had to say it.
You always want to look your best, but you don't always have time to deal with a necktie that won't cooperate. That's where we come in. Introducing the Never Tie, the only necktie that you never have to tie. Each Never Tie comes with a tie and 2 removable knots that you simply slide on and adjust for your comfort, giving you the perfect look every time. Choose from over 20 stylish designs at thenevertie.com. Enter promo code RADIO1 for discount.
It safely eliminates stress and anxiety. It makes commuting, driving your kids around, or driving a truck more fun. It makes gift shopping easier. It's Happy Driving Stress Reduction, a revolutionary patent-pending tool that works while you drive. Find Happy Driving Stress Reduction on iTunes, Amazon, or Google Play. Make life easier. Buy Happy Driving Stress Reduction today.
Go get your copy of Prelude to World War III, The Rise of Islamic Republic and the Rebirth of America. World War III Series Volume 1, available in paperback and Kindle edition on Amazon by the authors James Rozone and Miranda Watson. By the 2020s, America was no longer a world superpower. The military had been cut to a bare-bones level, and while the U.S. was focused internally, the door opened for new powers to emerge on the world stage. In the wake of this power vacuum, China...
Hi, I'm George Foreman. Do you have an idea for a new product or invention? People ask me all the time, George, how do I get my idea in front of companies? How do I get a patent? What do I do next? Do you have the same questions? I'll tell you like I'll tell them all. Call my friends at InventHelp.
Call InventHelp today for free information. InventHelp can submit your invention to companies who are interested in receiving new ideas.
For your free inventor's information, call 1-800-441-7922. That's 1-800-441-7922.
Goldman Sachs and HSBC recently purchased 7.1 tons of physical gold. What do these bankers and mega money managers know that you don't? They're expecting the value of gold and silver to increase. That's why you need our friends at Capital Gold Group. Capital Gold Group offers gold and silver for direct delivery and will not be undersold. Call now. Call 1-800-932-4108. That is 1-800-932-4108. All right, guys, let me tell you about our friends at Capital Gold Group. Capital Gold Group is a company that deals with investing in precious metals such as gold and silver. They've been in business for over a decade and have an A+ rating with the Better Business Bureau. They've been featured on Fox News, Market Watch, Bloomberg, Wall Street Journal, CNBC, Reuters, Fox Business, Financial Times, and Forbes magazine. If you're interested, you can call at 1-800-932-4108. That is 1-800-932-4108. They also offer various ebooks on investing in gold, such as the Definitive Gold Guide. So once again, if you're interested, you can call 1-800-932-4108. That's 1-800-932-4108. All right, guys, let me tell you about our friends at the Debt Ninja. The Debt Ninja is a company that specializes in slashing debt. They deal with various debt problems such as tax debt, debt settlement, debt consolidation, student loan debt, credit repair services, and bankruptcy. That is 1-800-826-1132. Now, their company, the Debt Ninja, operates on a national level and have worked to fight the IRS for many of their clients. If you're interested, you can call at 1-800-826-1132. That is 1-800-826-1132. Once again, that is 1-800-826-1132. Due to a decline in the economy and major car companies filing for bankruptcy, American Auto Protection has announced an extended service plan that is now available to the general public. This plan reduces the cost of auto repair expenses. Maximum Car Care was created to assist qualifying car owners with lowering repair bills of cars under 130,000 miles and under 12 years old. Maximum Car Care works to limit the expense of auto repair bills, roadside assistance, rental coverage, and towing. Their number is 1-800-824-9762. That is 1-800-824-9762. Once again, that is 1-800-824-9762. Maximum Car Care is a proud sponsor of the Caiden Cowger program.
You're listening to the WCNR News Network, where America comes to talk.
Caiden Cowger. Somebody had to say it.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Caiden Cowger program. Once again, want to thank our newest affiliate, WDUQ, 99.1 in Benwood, West Virginia, and also Mr. French down there. Thank you so much again for the opportunity to be on this station. Really appreciate it. But anyway, guys, we have Joe Manchin that is now all of a sudden supporting Donald Trump. After every county in West Virginia voted for Trump, now all of a sudden Manchin decided to jump on the bandwagon. Isn't that something? Senator Manchin stated, fellow Democrats questioning Trump's legitimacy are aiding Russia. Now let's just listen to what this little blowhard is saying on CNN. Go ahead and play it.
So all of this discord that we see going on between congressmen not attending, people basically saying he's not legitimate, basically then the Russians have accomplished what they tried to accomplish. So I just think it's wrong and it's hurtful for the United States of America. So
I just think it's hurtful for the United States of America just for this stuff to be going on. I mean, it's just horrible. I mean, they're contributing to the Russians. I mean, this guy will say anything to win. I mean, next year he's coming up for re-election. He's going to be challenged by a good Republican, I am sure. And I remind you, this is the same guy that was in West Virginia saying, yeah, you know what, I'm gonna get rid of Obamacare. I don't support Obamacare. It's not gonna happen. I don't go for Obamacare at all. No, I don't support Obamacare. And what happens? When Obamacare comes up for repeal, Joe Manchin opposes the repeal. He votes in support of Obamacare, voting against the repeal. This guy is a liar. He is trying to pull the wool over the eyes of West Virginians once again. And now he's trying to act like he's completely in support of Donald Trump when he actively campaigned for Hillary Clinton in this state. Joe Manchin, you make me sick. And this was coming out of White Sulphur Springs, West Virginia. So, where is that? White Sulphur Springs. Isn't that with Jim Justice? He's down there, isn't he? At the Greenbrier? Yeah. So maybe he was at the Greenbrier doing this. Who knows? But that's Joe Manchin for you. The guy is such a con. But anyway, guys, we have another thing here. CNN received a statement. And I want to get back to this Manning thing just real quick because everybody's talking about this. So I just want to go back to it for a second. But Paul Ryan apparently has come out against Chelsea Manning too. Or Bradley Manning or whoever, whatever you want to call him. And he's saying that this basically this pardon that Obama's issued or commuting Bradley Manning is absolutely outrageous. We have the audio bit from CNN.
We just got a statement from the Speaker of the House, Paul Ryan. Let me read the full statement from the Speaker. This is just outrageous. Chelsea Manning's treachery put American lives at risk and exposed some of our nation's most sensitive secrets. President Obama now leaves in place a dangerous precedent that those who compromise our national security won't be held accountable for their crimes.
But guys, here's the thing that I really want to point out too. Okay, so Obama's giving this Bradley Manning a complete pass, complete pardon. Nope, there's no problem with it. But when it comes to WikiLeaks, when it comes to what they did pertaining to Hillary Clinton, that is awful. We can't have that. That was Russian intrusion into the election. So what they're saying is that we can have intrusion into the military, but we can't have that into Hillary Clinton. So in other words, if they go after Hillary, nope, it's perfectly, if they go after Hillary Clinton, it's unacceptable. We can't have that. We can't have that. That's horrible. That's uncalled for. The Russians hacked the election. But hey, you get where they release information that's concerning our national security, our well-being, that was given to terrorists as a result. Obama just gives this guy a complete pass. Now, isn't that hypocritical? Because I'm going to tell you guys, on a level here, if we want to play the little level game, which is worse, what Bradley Manning did is far worse than what everything that Julian Assange did pertaining to Hillary Clinton. Because that's concerning the safety and the well-being of the American public. What Julian Assange did pertaining to the Clinton controversy was provide the American people with information exposing government corruption. But this other case is information about our military that could have very well caused people to die. Our soldiers, our men and women in uniform to die. That's how sensitive this information was. It was good enough to be in bin Laden's bunker. Okay? So this is uncalled for. It gives this guy a complete pass for breaking our laws. And he just completely got away with it. That's how awful this stuff is. I mean, guys, this guy is genuinely trying to sabotage the United States of America. It is so absolutely pathetic. But that's what we're dealing with. So, guys, I'm going to tell you, this is, I'm really looking forward to getting out of this entire thing with Obama. It's really looking better and better that this is slowly coming to an end this Friday. And I'll tell you something else. I mean, you look at everything with Israel too, Obama going after Israel, where he's trying to get this recognition for a Palestinian state. Our biggest, our only ally, predominantly, over in the Middle East is Israel. And Obama's destroying that relationship that we have with them. Trying to give back land that Israel had to have in order to protect their country because they were using the Golden Heights along with the Gaza Strip as launching pads. So if they are not occupied or if they are not being ruled by Israel and in control of Israel, then guess what happens? Once again, you have these terrorist organizations, these radical Muslims over in the Middle East that use those areas for launching pads into Israel. I mean, literally, it takes 3 minutes to fly over Israel. But is the Obama administration defending them? No. No, they're trying to get a Palestinian state recognized again. Israel has offered compromises in the past. Look up the history. But what ended up happening as a result of their willingness to seek peace, giving that land up, they used it for launching pads. You know why? Because these radical Muslims want Israel wiped off the face of the earth. We heard that from Ahmadinejad, the former president of Iran. Dictator of Iran. But, I mean, guys, that's what I'm saying. This guy is so incompetent. I don't even know if he's incompetent. I think he knows very well what he's doing. How can he not? I mean, I've been saying this stuff since I was 12 years old, and I've seen a problem with it. If a 12-year-old can see the issue, then why can't a guy that is leader of the free world? This has been absolute insanity. And that's why so many people are glad that it's coming to an end. And you see the people that were supporting Obama, that were supporting Hillary. They light themselves on fire. They're imbeciles. They're insane. They're mad. They're lunatics. And now we have Donald Trump that is gaining the White House and could potentially bring upon a return to normality, returning to sanity. Because these 8 years have been the biggest period of insanity that America has seen in a long time. And thank God it's finally coming to an end. And when we get back, I'm going to try to find the video pertaining to Israel's history with the Gaza Strip and everything, because that's another thing that's coming up and they're trying to push through before Obama ends up getting out. But it's very important to bring this up. I'm going to play the history of Israel for you. Pertaining to the Palestine area, and we're going to go back and do a little bit of history on this stuff so you understand why they can't have that land.
Caiden Cowger. Keeping America straight.
You're listening to Caiden Cowger on the WCNR News Network.
Caiden Cowger. Somebody had to say it.
It safely eliminates stress and anxiety. It makes commuting, driving your kids around, or driving a truck more fun. It makes gift shopping easier. It's Happy Driving Stress Reduction, a revolutionary patent-pending tool that works while you drive. Find Happy Driving Stress Reduction on iTunes, Amazon, or Google Play. Make life easier. Buy Happy Driving Stress Reduction today.
You always want to look your best, but you don't always have time to deal with a necktie that won't cooperate. That's where we come in. Introducing the Never Tie, the only necktie that you never have to tie. Each Never Tie comes with a tie and 2 removable knots that you simply slide on and adjust for your comfort, giving you the perfect look every time. Choose from over 20 stylish designs at thenevertie.com. Enter promo code RADIO1 for discount.
Go get your copy of Prelude to World War III, The Rise of Islamic Republic and the Rebirth of America. World War III Series Volume 1, available in paperback and Kindle edition on Amazon by the authors James Rozone and Miranda Watson. By the 2020s, America was no longer a world superpower. The military had been cut to a bare-bones level, and while the U.S. was focused internally, the door opened for new powers to emerge on the world stage. In the wake of this power vacuum, China.
Hi, I'm George Foreman. Do you have an idea for a new product or invention? People ask me all the time, George, how do I get my idea in front of companies? How do I get a patent? What do I do next? Do you have the same questions? I'll tell you like I'll tell them all. Call my friends at InventHelp.
Call InventHelp today for free information. InventHelp can submit your invention to companies who are interested in receiving new ideas.
For your free inventor's information, call 1-800-441-7922. That's 1-800-441-7922.
Goldman Sachs and HSBC recently purchased 7.1 tons of physical gold. What do these bankers and mega money managers know that you don't? They're expecting the value of gold and silver to increase. That's why you need our friends at Capital Gold Group. Capital Gold Group offers gold and silver for direct delivery and will not be undersold. Call now. Call 1-800-932-4108. That is 1-800-932-4108. All right, guys, let me tell you about our friends at Capital Gold Group. Capital Gold Group is a company that deals with investing in precious metals such as gold and silver. They've been in business for over a decade and have an A+ rating with the Better Business Bureau. They've been featured on Fox News, Market Watch, Bloomberg, Wall Street Journal, CNBC, Reuters, Fox Business, Financial Times, and Forbes magazine. If you're interested, you can call at 1-800-932-4108. That is 1-800-932-4108. They also offer various ebooks on investing in gold, such as the Definitive Gold Guide. So once again, if you're interested, you can call 1-800-932-4108. That's 1-800-932-4108. All right, guys, let me tell you about our friends at the Debt Ninja. The Debt Ninja is a company that specializes in slashing debt. They deal with various debt problems such as tax debt, debt settlement, debt consolidation, student loan debt, credit repair services, and bankruptcy. That is 1-800-826-1132. Now, their company, the Debt Ninja, operates on a national level and have worked to fight the IRS for many of their clients. If you're interested, you can call at 1-800-826-1132. That is 1-800-826-1132. Once again, that is 1-800-826-1132. Due to a decline in the economy and major car companies filing for bankruptcy, American Auto Protection has announced an extended service plan that is now available to the general public. This plan reduces the cost of auto repair expenses. Maximum Car Care was created to assist qualifying car owners with lowering repair bills of cars under 130,000 miles and under 12 years old. Maximum Car Care works to limit the expense of auto repair bills, roadside assistance, rental coverage, and towing. Their number is 1-800-824-9762. That is 1-800-824-9762. Once again, that is 1-800-824-9762. Maximum Car Care is a proud sponsor of the Caiden Cowger program.
You're listening to the WCNR News Network, where America comes to talk.
Caiden Cowger.
Somebody had to say it.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Caiden Cowger program. All right, stop the music for a second, because I want to make sure to get this clip in and play this for you. This is from Prager University, and they provided a bunch of information on the Israel-Palestine conflict and why Israel rightfully has to control that land. Go ahead and listen to this. Very educational.
In a nutshell, it's this. One side wants the other side dead. Israel wants to exist as a Jewish state and to live in peace. Israel also recognizes the right of Palestinians to have their own state and to live in peace. The problem, however, is that most Palestinians and many other Muslims and Arabs do not recognize the right of the Jewish state of Israel to exist. This has been true since 1947, when the United Nations voted to divide the land called Palestine into a Jewish state and an Arab state. The Jews accepted the United Nations partition, but no Arab or any other Muslim country accepted it. When British rule ended on May 15, 1948, the armies of all the neighboring Arab states, Lebanon, Syria, Iraq, Transjordan, and Egypt, attacked the one-day-old state of Israel in order to destroy it. But to the world's surprise, the little Jewish state survived. Then it happened again. In 1967, the dictator of Egypt, Gamal Abdel Nasser, announced his plan, in his words, to destroy Israel. He placed Egyptian troops on Israel's border, and armies of surrounding Arab countries were also mobilized to attack. However, Israel preemptively attacked Egypt and Syria. Israel did not attack Jordan and begged Jordan's king not to join the war. But he did. And only because of that did Israel take control of Jordanian land, specifically the West Bank of the Jordan River. Shortly after the war, the Arab states went to Khartoum, Sudan, and announced their famous 3 no's. No recognition, no peace, and no negotiations. What was Israel supposed to do? Well, one thing Israel did a little more than a decade later in 1978 was to give the entire Sinai Peninsula, an area of land bigger than Israel itself and with oil, back to Egypt, because Egypt, under new leadership, signed a peace agreement with Israel. So Israel gave land for the promise of peace with Egypt, and it has always been willing to do the same thing with the Palestinians. All the Palestinians have ever had to do is recognize Israel as a Jewish state and promise to live in peace with it. But when Israel has proposed trading land for peace, as it did in 2000, when it agreed to give the Palestinians a sovereign state in more than 95% of the West Bank and all of Gaza, the Palestinian leadership rejected the offer and instead responded by sending waves of suicide terrorists into Israel. Meanwhile, Palestinian radio, television, and school curricula remain filled with glorification of terrorists, demonization of Jews, and the daily repeated message that Israel should cease to exist. So it's not hard to explain the Middle East dispute. One side wants the other dead.
So guys, this was from Prager University. And I think that pretty much summarizes it all, doesn't it? One side wants the other side dead. The Palestinians will not recognize the state of Israel. They want the entire thing. They want the Jewish state to be non-existent. And that's exactly why Israel cannot give up that land, because they'll just use it for launching pads into the main territory. It can't happen, but that's what Obama wants. He wants Israel to give up that land, which will bring on the destruction of Israel, and that's not going to happen. But anyway, guys, he's going to be out soon, so don't worry. I want to thank you for listening to us. For more information on the Caiden Cowger program, go to CaidenCowgerProgram.com. For the latest news exposing the left, go to CowgerNation.com. Thank you, God bless, and God save this nation. Coming Friday.